Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's Comic Talk. I'm your host, The Cuban. Here I have Alyssa again joining me to further validate my need to be a better comic book guy.
Hello.
So, this week we're doing Justice League number 10. So for those of you who haven't been keeping up, we haven't actually had one solid plot going through this entire comic. We've had a bunch of little ones. And in this one we come to a random man's home named James Palmer, no relation to Ray Palmer, who has invented a incredibly well-developed AI to hack pretty much damn near anything. And what ends up happening is the Justice League show up because they've been hacked by this AI. And they have no idea why James is doing it. But when they arrive at his home, he's just a regular dude, a regular genius almost, with a son and a daughter. And we find out that his wife was killed by the Kindred, or at least that was the last time that he saw her alive. And he's been basically dealing with that troubling past in his life. But the Justice League show up because they've been hacked from his home and they have no idea how or why. So when they get there, he basically comes to explain that he invented this AI because when his wife died, he wanted to see those big businesses like LexCorp and Wayne Enterprises, Audible Wink, Batman's in the room. Basically, he wants to see them kind of like get hurt in some way because he was hurt so much, and he was going to take all that money from those big companies and give it to people that were basically hurt by the Kindred, like all the people that were in his same situation.
Hold on, with this new thing, wouldn't he know that,
that something was getting stolen?
No, that Wayne Enterprises Batman wouldn't be able to find the Batcave.
That's probably true, but I think this is more like a money thing, less of like a, less of like that. But what ends up happening is we find out that his daughter is incredibly good at coding, and she took the code from him so she can... I'm not even really exactly sure. She just takes it and uses it for herself.
She was bored.
Yeah, but we find out that like she's like incredibly good at code, just like her dad is. And how she was like she used the code for herself. She thought she could use it to make a difference, and like she called it Genie. That's what everybody starts calling it in the comic, Genie. But what ends up happening is she leaves it on her iPod, her iTouch, her you know what I mean, her iPad, her Zoom, and her little brother gets a hold of it and it starts asking him a bunch of questions about just the Justice League and all the villains. And what ends up happening is the Genie starts basically stealing a bunch of money from all those different companies and puts a bounty out on the Justice League, and it starts leaking their location of where they are in James's home, in Mr. Palmer's home. And they're attacked immediately after they find out that $750 billion have just been added onto their head.
Casually.
Very casually, $750 million if you kill the Justice League. So everybody's going to take their shot. So first we get a dude who's really good with cards. Now, I don't know who this guy is. We don't even get a name for him. All I know is that the Flash immediately right hooks him and sends him into the next life. Not really, though, but it looks pretty damn close. Then Giganta rips a hole through the roof. And one thing I actually forgot to mention at the beginning that I want to mention right now is that not the entire Justice League is here from the last time I checked, really. We're missing Jessica Cruz. And Jessica Cruz is one of the other Green Lanterns, the girl with like the Green Lantern around, like, the symbol around her eye. So that's kind of telling me that either something's going to happen in one of the Green Lantern comics or something related to her. If there's a reason she's not here, because why wouldn't she be? So what ends up happening is Simon Baz right hooks Giganta with a boxing glove, and Flash is like, ha, classic. And yet again, Simon is like new to this whole gig. Like, he hasn't fought a lot of these villains before, so he doesn't even know that it's Giganta. He starts making a few jokes. Giant woman, large lass, mountainous Mary, and then he ends up knocking her right on her ass into the house next to him. Thank God nobody's home, because...
Do you think the insurance covers that?
I think in this world there's like superhero insurance. I think that's like a big deal. So what ends up happening is like a bunch of minor villains start showing up to fight them. First we got the guy with the cars, then Giganta, then we get Count Vertigo, and he can mess with people's senses and warp them. But since they have Cyborg on the team, and he's a robot, you can't really fuck with the robot senses. He just knocks him on his ass immediately by slamming a car so hard that it makes a shockwave.
Okay, why would all these super villains come together and be like, we're gonna fight together to split the money?
They start fighting together. Like, what ends up happening is we see, after this amazing panel of this little boy screaming and running in terror with Daddy and the sister hot on his heels, we see a bunch of villains coming to fight. So we got Giganta already, then we get Gizmo, Plastique, Girder, Psymom, is that what it is? Yep, Psymom, Cold Snap, Shimmer, Major Disaster, Mammoth, Jinx, and Heatstroke, and they're all coming to claim that bounty, claim that booty. So what ends up happening is, they're all ready to fight him off, and Scarecrow shows up to stop Batman from stopping the Genie thing. And then, like, you know, it starts kind of working out, you know, besides Batman getting attacked, everybody else is kind of handling, like, these side villains. And then at the end of the comic, Amazo shows up. And that's a really, really big problem because he can basically copy anybody's powers. Like, if you watch the Justice League show, it's a different version of Amazo, but he steals, like, you know, Superman's heat vision, Superman's strength. He uses Hawkgirl's her mace. He can copy the Green Lantern's rings. He copies Martian Manhunter's powers. Like, he can do pretty much damn near anything.
He looks like an elf.
He kind of, in like in these versions, he has like he looks very funny. But like I like the way he looked in the show because he was just like one solid figure. He didn't look anything like male or female. He's just like more robot than anything. And I thought that was a nice idea. Like, why would you make him like this? But I guess that was, you know, whatever. But I think it's a nice idea. This is like a good excuse to get a lot of side villains in. That's why I like this. I like to see like Gizmo's back, you know. Yet again, Plastique also in the last time I saw her was in the fucking Justice League show. I'm sure she's been in stuff since then. It's been quite some time, but as far as I know, that was the last time I've seen her. And then all these like little villains that I haven't read in any of the recent comics that are now just showing up, including Giganta, which is funny because she kind of helped build, like, you know, not big roles, air quotes, you know, but like she always kind of like held the thing in like the Legion of Doom and stuff when I like last checked, but I guess not. So the comic ends with Amazo. The art was okay. It was pretty funny with the little boy running and stuff. I'm more interested in what we see in terms of writing and in terms of the villain. But that was this week's Justice League, guys. So if you guys like that, you guys should go out and get it, man. So this has been the Cube and Alyssa. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.